Luke 16:13, you cannot serve God and money. No servant can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. King James Version says mammon. It's the same thing. That which will get you material things, that which you buy. Could be gold coins. And unfortunately, too many born-again TIs, that is what they do. They serve mammon. They will sit there and say, well, I can't help the poor. I barely have enough money. And you find out they've got memberships. They've got subscriptions. They buy new clothes. And the clothes that they have are perfectly fine. They eat out. Okay? They have to have their latte and go to Starbucks. And they're sitting there saying they can't afford to pay tithes and offerings, but the reality is that they are serving money. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. If you make a of all those things that I said, and I'm on SSI, so trust me, I have to sacrifice all of that, or I would not be paying tithes and offerings. But the church, the world, they're more concerned about what the Joneses think than they are about pleasing God. And so you don't get all of the blessings that God has for you, and they are infinite. They are perfect blessings. You may not always think it initially, but you will come to that understanding, because the Lord made me start tithing 24 years ago and started paying offerings above the 10% about 18, 19 years ago. And that's what happened to me. Everything He's blessed me with has been perfect. You cannot serve God and money. Don't sit there and say, I can't afford to pay tithes and offerings. You can't afford not to. You are serving God and money. You are serving money if you're willing to not pay your tithes and offerings and disobey God. No different than me when I was gay, or when I would sit there and say, oh, homosexuality is not sin. It's no different. In my life, there's a lot of bad things that would happen to me back then. They no longer happen to me because I'm abstinent. I'm not in that lifestyle. And as of about a year ago, I stopped advocating and sitting there and saying, oh, well, it's not sin. No, God's word said it's sin. It's sin. It's the same thing for you beautiful born-again TIs. If you're not paying your tithes and offerings, you are not obeying God. You are not showing fear of the Lord. If you love me, you will obey me, Jesus said. And I emphasize this because I want you to be blessed. I want you to be blessed left and right. That is what will happen. But you are now putting your life in God's hands. Once you start paying those tithes and offerings, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful adventure. It might not always be fun, but it will be wonderful and a blessed situation. Help my humble channel grow. Like, subscribe, share, a comment, any combination thereof. God bless.